My name is Eavan and I'm the project coordinator for Film Club here at the Nerve Centre. We've been running events here as part of the 25th Foyle Film Festival, but what's special about them is it's Film Club's very first close encounter event. Film Club is a project funded by Northern Ireland Screen and the Department of Culture, Arts, Leisure and OFM DFM, and our aim is to support schools in running after schools film clubs. The reason we do this is quite simply we want young children in Northern Ireland to grow up with a great appreciation and a love of film. Second aspect to our work would be bringing industry professionals together at an event for young people to come along to listen to what they have to say. Firstly, we welcomed Eddy Joseph, who is a double BAFTA winning sound designer and editor. His film credits include anything and everything, The Commitments, Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace, for example, Corpse Bride. Our second guest is Natalie Tidey, who is from Double Negative Special Effects Company.
Our artists are constantly having to update their skills, even if they've been in the industry for 10 years. You know, the pace at which change is occurring.
I think that's it. I think it's the pace.
Yeah.
Of it
So if you want, to work in an industry where you learn a skill and then you use that skill for the rest of your life and nothing ever changes, then this is not for you.
Yeah.
But the interesting side of it is the fact that you can learn a skill and then there can be an update to it, and you're constantly going to be learning throughout your career. And yeah, I mean, something like Avatar's a good example. That was a real leap forward. I hope you've all seen that film because it was a real leap forward in terms of visual effects. But that was three and a half years ago. And we did John Carter at the beginning of this year, and again that was another leap forward because you compare the creatures in Avatar to the ones in John Carter, or even the dragon, or some like a character like Paul, the alien that we did. You'll see when they frown and they make lots of expressions, the skin's all wrinkling up, and you can see the real detail.
Hi there and welcome to Film Club's very first close encounter at the Nerve Centre, Derry, as part of the 25th International Foyle Film Festival.
Hi, my name's Natalie Tidey and I work at Double Negative Visual Effects.
How was your reaction when Inception won an Oscar?
Oh, it was absolutely fantastic for the company when Inception won the Oscar, because it was our first Oscar, and it meant that our reputation was sealed within the industry as being sort of leading visual effects company. Actually, our first runner, which is an entry-level role within the company, within the industry, was part of the supervision team to win the Oscar for us as well. So it just goes to show how quickly people can progress through the company as well.
Is there any films that you worked on that changed your life?
That I've worked on specifically, my role's sort of slightly separate from the films. As a recruiter, I'm finding the talent to work on the film projects themselves. But I think the first project that we completed whilst I was at Double Negative was part of the Batman trilogy, The Dark Knight Rises. So that was really, really exciting to see a project sort of from start to finish, and to have recruited some of the artists who worked on that film. So I think that was probably one of the most exciting ones I've worked on.
Is there any films that you're looking forward to working on?
I think the film I'm most looking forward to working on is probably the second Hunger Games film, Catching Fire. It's a really, really well-known film. The trilogy's really excited the audiences around this particular trilogy, so it's a really, really good win for us as a company. It's actually got a different director this time to the first part, so it's going to be quite interesting working on that one, because people are going to expect certain things, and I think it's going to have a slightly different look and feel. But it's, yeah, a really exciting win for us.
Thanks for doing the interview with me.
No worries, nice to meet you.
You too.
I started off as a trainee assistant picture editor, and one of the facets of that was that you also got involved in smaller films on the sound side. So I learnt a little bit about being an assistant sound editor, but I specialised in picture editing, and in fact I was an editor on a couple of low-budget feature films. So the sound editor's job is to find frequencies that can be put in between, that you recognise, that you accept, and that will enhance the soundtrack. But can also use the most wonderful medium of all, which is silence.
Out of all the films you've done, what has changed your life?
Every film changes your life, everything you do, even if it's the smallest part of a film. I mean, I did lots of bits and pieces on films, I helped out and so on, and you learn just a little bit from everything you ever do. And that's a very good rule for life. Don't ever be frightened. As long as you do it your best way, then you'll get something from it, as will the people you do it for.
You were nominated for 8 BAFTA awards, you won 2. How was your reaction?
It's a thrill, of course it is. I always wanted to get an Oscar, but I never did. But I mean, 8 BAFTAs, I think, is pretty well as much as anyone's ever got, so I'm pretty happy with that. I'd have liked a 3rd win, but didn't get that.
Thanks for doing the interview with me.
Well, thank you very much, Steve.
Yeah,
thank you.
I have seen so many films throughout my life. There are films that have made me laugh. There are films that have made me cry. There are films that have made me wonder when they were ever going to end. I go back to a film that I saw about 8 times when I was about 8 or 9 years of age, and it was The Jungle Book. And it was the original animation, and I remember we lived in Newry at the time, and I saw it 4 times in the cinema in Newry, and then I would find out who in my class was going to go see it, and I'd go across into Dundalk as well to see it there. I saw about 4 times there too.
I thought it was a really good event. It showed off what the double negative actually does and what movies it works on.
It was informative and it told me everything I wanted to know about moving images and visual effects.